Big.
What is this, you may ask? Hamas tunnels. This is a map of Hamas.
This guide is a manual to create weapons of mass destruction.
As users mock Israeli claims, like the alleged discovery of Hitler's Mein Kampf in a child's bedroom in Gaza, and the infamous calendar on Ash-Shifa's wall supposedly displaying the names of Hamas operatives, Israel's public messaging policy, known as Hasbara, is taking a huge hit. Hebrew for explanation, Hasbara is a public diplomacy scheme that uses information warfare to promote the strategic objectives of the Israeli state. The Israeli narrative is presented as the only legitimate and reliable voice, as per Israel's promotion of itself as the only democracy in the Middle East, while Palestinian voices are presented as violent, anti-Semitic, and untrustworthy. Hasbara targets politicians and the public through mass media, but also through the funding of research centres, NGOs, and lobbying firms. Israel additionally offers Hasbara scholarships and grants to students and young professionals to spread pro-Israel messaging. In 2017, the Israeli Strategic Affairs Ministry even sponsored an app, 4IL, aimed at combating anti-Israeli propaganda online. While Israel has been successful in convincing Western politicians and media agencies of their narrative, they are now facing a new challenge: the rising influence of a generation that has grown up with smartphones and social media. Generation Z, or Gen Z. Propaganda that would have been believed in the past is being challenged by tech-savvy youth who use social media networks as their search engines and news feeds. In fact, the abundance of pro-Palestinian messaging on TikTok forced the social media giant to deny allegations that its algorithms were deliberately promoting such content. TikTok pointed out that young people simply support Palestine much more than they do Israel. And the data backs it up. TikTok's Free Palestine hashtag has 25.5 billion views, in contrast with Stand With Israel's 440.4 million. Between Israel's increasingly ineffective misinformation campaign and the rise of Palestinian content creators and ordinary people using social media to directly document and share Israel's war crimes, young people are losing trust in legacy media. For instance, as part of a condition to access Gaza and report on Israel's ground invasion, CNN and other networks have agreed to allow the Israeli military to have final editorial say, prompting many to conclude that the news agencies on the ground are invariably compromised. By contrast, Palestinian journalists in Gaza, such as Mu'taz Azaiza, have gained almost 14 million followers on Instagram since October 7th. Social media users have also shared their screenshots of genocidal statements made by Israeli officials that were posted online before being deleted, in an effort to highlight the nefarious intentions behind Israel's brutal assault on Gaza. Israel has attempted to improve its reputation by emailing influencers and media personalities, offering to pay for their public support. But the propaganda bill is racking up, with Israel reportedly spending over $7 million on YouTube ads in the month after the Hamas attack. In November 2023, it was reported that US billionaires were being recruited to fund a media campaign, Facts for Peace, to boost Israel's image and demonize Palestinian resistance group Hamas. Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt, Dell CEO Michael Dell, and financier Michael Milken, together worth some $500 billion, have all been solicited. But despite the financial resources behind the Israeli lobby, these top-down efforts may actually further damage Israel's credibility and deepen the gap between older and younger generations. Meanwhile, videos from grassroots Palestinian journalists and activists in Gaza continue to reveal the realities of living under siege and Israeli bombardment. So will social media be the death of Israeli Hasbara propaganda?